What's up, y'all, man? We back on the pod. HPP in the building. I got my big bro Wallace in the building. The big Wallow. And we got our new third host, co-host. Your favorite neighborhood rich auntie, No Leader in the building.
None other. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we doing big things over here. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got a good one on tap for y'all today, man. Live on location here in the crib, man. You know, turn the living room to a studio.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
And then write it off in your text.
that part.
We're gonna get into that a little bit later. You know what I'm
Anyway.
saying? You feel me? But No Leader, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back.
I love it here.
Since the last time we seen you, what's new with you?
Big move. The rehearsal for the movie coming in soon. So,
Right.
things are.
Ain't no humble power here. We stunned.
Oh, that Fast and Furious 12.
Whatever. You so silly.
That's what's up.
Playing Vin Diesel love interest.
Right.
Be on the lookout.
Nothing's more
Whatever. What's
important than
been going on
family.
with y'all?
It's a family.
What's been
Wallow,
going on?
what's been going on with
Yeah.
you, bro?
Uh,
I ain't seen last time I saw you. I ain't seen you.
no, just been in the gym crazy.
Right.
You see,
Oh.
He said, you see?
Hold on for the gun show.
you see. I don't know if we can show guns on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyway,
I could not.
nothing, man. The grind as usual.
That's what's up.
In the gym,
Yeah.
trying to figure out life,
Yeah.
making moves, networking,
Let's go.
Right.
the
Okay.
usual. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Look in shape, bro. Shouts out to you, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Get in the
saying?
gym, man.
I've been on this jump rope. One of my favorite Instagram people put me on a jump rope routine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. I ain't jumped the rope in a minute.
Nah, you ain't got the knees for it. On
Right. Knees
Pause.
toe up, man. For real. Super
Super
pause.
pause.
Super pause. So, man, glad y'all here, man. Appreciate y'all for being in the building.
What you
What you been on?
Oh, it's about me.
Yes.
Oh, me.
Yes.
You know me, man. Living my life, man. One day at a time. Trying to be more consistent with the content. Want to motivate the people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Still playing ball, of course. That's my first love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Being a dad and all that good stuff. But man, just making my next move my best move.
Okay.
Glad to have y'all, man. Y'all don't really understand. I don't want to get emotional. How much it means.
I see a little wetness
to
in the
have
corner of
people,
his eye.
man. To have genuine people in
It's
my
a little
corner.
moist.
You know what I'm saying?
That was his nickname as a
Cute,
kid.
cute violin. But
Now it's a full circle moment, like for real, like
For real,
from
for real.
6th grade
Yeah.
to like now. That's crazy.
facts. And then Wallace, early adulthood. Me and him got connected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
The reals, only the reals survive. You feel what I'm saying? So the reals out here, man. So I appreciate
Yes,
y'all for real,
yes,
from the
yes.
bottom to the top of my heart. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, but look,
This
y'all.
episode is sponsored by Mambo's.
Absolutely not. Cut the check.
Facts, cut it.
Cut the check.
But so I've been seeing this, and I think we've all seen these things when it comes to black men and women, in particular, about protecting one another.
Yes.
And what ways we don't protect each other. We hear a lot about that, and what ways we do. So we're gonna tap into this today. I want to get y'all perspective on the culture. You know what I'm saying? In the world now with millennials and relationships, and we hear different viewpoints on who's protecting who and who's not protecting who. We got gun laws change. It's a lot of different ways we gonna tap into this topic and unpack it. So we're gonna start it right off with this video that I got idled up for y'all, and we're gonna have this on the recording. So don't worry, y'all gonna see the video. Y'all gonna get our live reaction to what we see, and I'm gonna have Wallow tap into it once we get it going. So let's get this video for y'all. See, I got the laptop right here.
Oh, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and he hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that shit? What do y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Man, fuck all y'all niggas. What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men. It was like,
Little joking going in there, but Wallace, I want you to tap right into this situation. So basically, what you have is a young lady showing, or she's in a crowd of people with a swollen face. She allegedly she was hit with a brick by unknown gentleman,
A black man.
a black man, because she didn't give her number up.
Right.
And then she goes live during the situation and condemns the crowd or the guys that surround the situation, saying that they bogus as hell for not jumping in
Because they didn't protect her.
because they didn't protect her. So, Wallace, you a black man, what would you have done in that situation?
So first, let's approach this with like with a grain of salt. We don't necessarily know the backstory. We don't know the details. We don't know how 100% legit this is on either end. By this time that y'all seeing this, it's been different variations of what actually happened that night. So right now, we're gonna give the benefit of the doubt that this actually happened for the moment. For the moment, we're gonna give the benefit of the doubt that this actually happened. A black dude hit her with a brick. They asked for the digits. She said no, and
He spazzed out.
He spazzed out.
Yeah.
So her issue, number one, you got to be some type of clown to either disrespect, smack, violate, punch, kick, piss, curse out a woman just because they don't want to give you their number.
Facts.
You got to be some type of fucking clown.
Yeah.
Super coward.
You know what I'm saying? Clown. You and the biggest thing is that you're not a man.
I agree.
If that's what you need to do to feel like a man, I'm gonna cuss you out because you ain't giving me your number or the attention that I feel like you should give me. While I'm just standing out here in the corner drinking a beer on the brown paper bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
The Four Loko.
that number one, that's not a man. So we can't even categorize this thing as a man thing because anybody who do this is a
Foolery.
straight up fucking sucker.
Yeah.
Less
So-
than.
The other part of it is the guys that were around or they saw it when this happened, allegedly. And then they didn't do anything. Now, there's a couple of things in this scenario that just as people we gotta ask, especially, really separately, women have a different question than men in regards to
Very
this.
much so.
One, as a woman, you're looking like, hey, y'all know I can't whoop this dude. Why didn't y'all step up to stop this or whatever the case may
Defender.
be? As a man, sometimes the question is this your boyfriend? Or what's going on? Because we nowadays we have to evaluate what we're getting ourselves into.
Agreed.
Because sometimes that well, a lot of times that turns around on us. Because now we're in a situation because we have a different set of consequences
For sure.
when it comes
you
to
that.
violating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I get into it with a nigga, the biggest thing is why most niggas don't do a whole bunch of random shit without guns or whatever the case may be to other niggas like, oh, I feel like you disrespected me, I'm finna fight you, and they by themselves, is because they know they have to deal with the consequences immediately from another man. Now,
sure.
they might do it with a woman because ain't no consequences.
No immediate
following them out.
consequence, right?
But when a man is witnessing something like that, we can spring to action and get involved, and then it's a situation where we're in jail, and then she walks off with her boyfriend in the sunset.
Yeah.
So it's like a million things you thinking at one time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Split-second
tell
decision.
y'all a quick story. I was a kid, right? Me and my cousin, we was riding down Central. My cousin I probably was 12 or something. My cousin was probably like 26 or some shit. We ran down Central and Central and Lake.
Okay.
We ride past, we see a guy fighting a girl. Clearly he's fighting there. It's a fight, but he's a guy. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? He's beating her ass. So when my cousin had rode past so fast, he's like, oh shit, I'm finna turn around. So he turns around, he pulled the car over, he got like a hammer out the trunk. He turned around. By the time we get back around there, she hugged up with him. Like kissing, hugging, like, and he like trying to walk off, and she pulling him back, like, no, blah, blah, blah. So in that moment, he's like, "Cuz, this is why we got to be careful in these situations, because if I'd have came back around here and hit him with this hammer, or beat his ass and he died, or beat his ass and the police pulled up, I would have been in jail because that's her man, and she is choosing a specific situation. and I wouldn't have been able to separate that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just it's a touchy thing for men. It's not as black as white as they make it for men. Number one thing you can do is attempt to break some shit up. That's fine. You can attempt to break some shit up, but what happens when it's he hit her and walked off? Am I supposed to chase her down? Chase him down, or am I supposed to go make sure she's okay? Because my number one goal is to make sure she's okay. Because if he hit her with the brick and he went the opposite way, I can't chase him down to create a confrontation to put because I got people to go home to.
Yeah.
But one thing I can do is make sure she is protected and fine. Like, okay, he's not finna hit her again. He's gone now, but he's not finna. Nobody's finna touch her again. I'm gonna diffuse it from this situation. And one of the things in the video is just like, yo, he hit me in the brick. He hit me with a brick, and they didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
If he walked off, what was they supposed to do? I'm not sure. Like as a man, it's a sticky situation.
Leaders on fire. Go ahead.
Because I get in the context in which you're giving the examples for when, as men, you do have to assess and think first. That makes sense, but that's not applicable to this situation because it seems as if, from the footage, that people were in very close vicinity. So
like a club or something.
To hear the audio, you probably heard, "Hey, little mama, hey, let me talk to you." No, I'm not interested. Even if she was cursing at him, because sometimes, as women, we do that, right?
Right.
But the context in which she is explaining what happened to her is people were in close enough vicinity to what happened to have quickly assessed that I don't know this man.
Right.
He is in my personal space. He is not leaving me alone, and he is harassing me, and I feel threatened.
Right.
So those 5 factors, people completely just disregarded and basically were spectators to it.
Right.
So it's like, yes, in those instances, you never know. Even as a woman, like, I'm gonna be mindful of what I jump into as well between two dudes, because I got my thing on me too. Right. So if I see 2 black men getting into it, or if I see somebody that is attacking them, but I don't know what the situation is. Yeah. But you always have to keep in mind, like, what are the factors that I've been exposed to to put myself in that situation. So in that instance, they are with some cowards for that.
Right.
Because if you heard that woman saying, like, no, I don't want to talk to you, I'm good, and he's having a temper tantrum, it just really leans into the fact that as women, or not even before you get to becoming a woman, or before you become a man, there's a very different lesson that is taught to girls and boys. Girls, we are taught to protect ourselves from being raped, but boys are not taught to not rape.
Right. That's a good point.
Right. Girls are taught to, think in a split second about what it is that you can do to keep a man from losing control of himself.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, who didn't teach you that you are going to face rejection? Because naturally, as a man, you are a hunter.
Yes.
You are going to pursue women, and every woman is not obligated to like you just because you like her.
Right.
Period.
Exactly.
So who didn't give him those emotional skill sets, like, where he could govern himself better? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. And y'all both made good points. And what I'm hearing, what it sounds like, how you being raised.
Yeah.
Right. Your perception of what's going on. Yeah. So like you said, your experience as a young adolescent with your older cousin, how you say, hey, look, cuz, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. And then Nolia, how you saying, hey, as a woman, it's just different. Like, I have to be mindful of how I reject men in those type of scenarios. Because right now, a lot of guys, because the world is just so open, everybody's just supposed to be okay with everything, and somebody's denied attention or not given that acceptance that we want as a man, does not give us the right to be ignorant.
Yes.
And definitely not give us the right to be physically abusive, because that's some coward ass shit to do off bat. You know what I'm saying? So my take on the entire situation, because again, we don't know all the factors involved.
Yeah. Right now we just running with this is what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's never okay.
Do y'all find it interesting though that we're only seeing video footage from her perspective and not necessarily anybody else?
Right.
Yeah.
I do find that interesting.
So anything else haven't came out like that other, like, vantage points from that?
So as far as vantage points, the guy who owns the store that they were outside of, or whatever the case may be, he said that he has like a security guard out there.
Of course.
He said nothing. They didn't see anything. He said nothing was on the camera. One of the guys who was standing out there that was being blamed for not helping her.
Yeah.
He said they were inside of the place, or whatever the case may be, and they walked out to the situation after
Already
it happened.
happening. Yeah.
So he said, well, we walked up. He's like, when we came out with nobody out here, it was just her. And then that's when she was telling us, what happened. And then she pulled out a camera and said, hey, these guys stood here and watched this.
Yeah, something definitely went down.
Something
for sure.
Something definitely.
For
She looked
sure.
like Hitch. Speaking of which,
Yes.
there's also people saying that's an allergic reaction.
Oh.
Okay, conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Right. Now that's going into conspiracy theories.
I haven't heard that part.
But also the conspiracy theories are also coming from she has a track record
Okay.
of doing something similar to this.
So sometimes, and I want to get into this.
It's a lot of conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
so I'm gonna pitch this to
There's
Nolita
also
because she
a
feel like
video
she about to
slapping
explode.
Because
Slapping the
again,
guy.
it's about context. And I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll see it in the video.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They'll see it in the video. It's about context. And just because someone may have reenacted something in a particular time doesn't mean that in real life it cannot really happen to them.
Right. Exactly. No, that's a fact.
There's plenty of women who are
a fact.
actresses who have either past tense had to play rape victims, but they've actually been raped. So you
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like real life, and then there are things that you do for entertainment. So people are really just trying to find a way to negate the story and the pain of Black women, which historically that has happened to us. But again, it goes back to, as a girl, we're taught that you have to explain yourself when you're disrespected. You have to explain what happened to you over and over again for people to believe you. Why? Why isn't my word, why isn't my experience, why isn't the visible pain and the trauma, because that's what we see from her. She's having a traumatic response to something that happened to her.
Yeah.
She's embarrassed. She's physically in pain.
Yeah.
She's probably out of it, possibly having a concussion on set. Like,
Right.
it's so many different factors as to how she was reacting for people to feel like it could be something else. It's like, let somebody hit you in the face with a brick and see how you react.
Right. See how so look, dig this before while we here, because I had a question up on the teleprompter that I want to actually pitch you, Nolita, because we talked about how women are supposed to be taught certain things and behave certain ways. So on the flip side, right, whilst as men, when we see a woman behaving a certain way, right, so we treat her accordingly sometimes.
Okay.
So my question to you, Nolita, is: does a woman behavior dictate how a man treats her? And come off, you know what I'm saying? So I want to give you an example. So if me and Wallace, we are at the club, we see this chick dancing on everybody, she having a good time. Is that okay, or is it okay for men to approach this woman in a very, sexual way? Like, come on, sir, in that way because of how she's presenting herself. Because I personally believe the presentation is going to dictate how I kind of go about the situation.
I would say at the very base of it, as women, we still have autonomy over our person. And what I want to do with my body is my decision in every situation, in every instance that I am interacting or just in the presence of other people, right? So if women are in the club and they twerking and doing whatever, that's their business. But that doesn't mean that allows disrespect.
It's not an invitation for this.
Yeah, it's not an
Right.
invitation for
Not
disrespect.
at all.
But it's like, even myself, like, I get approached by everybody from crackheads to
Okay.
CEOs. So it's something innately in men that when they are attracted to women, I think I did this on my stories the other day. It's like a dog. Like, they just
You called us hunters earlier.
like, y'all are hunters, so it's like you guys are going to approach a woman. But yes, there are different settings where, as a woman, I know the type of men who frequent these places, so I already expect how niggas are gonna come at me.
So I guess again, so how you behave as a woman, does that determine what type of men you attract? Because you said you got crackheads and CEOs approaching you, but depending on how you carry yourself, so it sounds like it don't matter. Does it matter?
It doesn't matter if you are an attractive woman and you look like you got something going on with yourself. Even if it's a man may feel like he can, assess a woman as somebody he can take home quickly at the end of the night, she's still attractive. There's still something about her that you like, and you're still approaching. So whether she was twerking or whether she was sitting with her hands crossed in the club, people are gonna hit on her. Period.
Right.
It ain't her own fault.
Yeah, it's not.
saying?
It's literally not her fault. Like, I sometimes I feel like men don't apply the same standards across the board. So it's like, remember that when your daughter grows up.
Right.
Okay? Like, remember that these standards that you are either setting in place for the women that you interact with of what they shouldn't expect or what they should expect. Remember that some young man is going to try that with your daughter, and I hope that the same standards work for your daughter too.
For sure. I mean, yeah, they hit home because I got a daughter. She 15, and they got a fully loaded sawed off. Y'all laugh. Why y'all laugh? It ain't funny. But that's a good point. And I think more men need to understand that you got a mother at the very least and a grandmama if you ain't got no sisters and if you ain't a father.
Right.
Or you don't have a daughter at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
it's very important that those type of things are talked about. That you have to respect women, in that way and protect them in that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of guys out here, Wallace, feel like, women don't know how to talk to us. They be disrespectful. There's no invitation for to be disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? Because women come on to men too.
Yeah.
And, we ain't necessarily, we ain't interested.
They'll
Gotta go-
grab on y'all. They'll do all types of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's happened to me before. A woman would physically grope me in public.
Yeah.
Back in the day, not now, because I, you know what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, I've been a victim in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because if a man walks up and does that to a woman, we just, for the sake of argument, if a man walks up and touches a woman in her happy places, her vagina, her breast or something, he in for whatever repercussions.
You going to jail.
Exactly. So, but if a woman does it to a
Certified.
man,
Or that
Yeah.
that brother gonna come by and protect his sister.
gonna- Come
exactly.
about it,
That
yeah.
that's like what Walker said. It's repercussions for us in both arenas. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
Like, there's things that a woman can do that a man can't do. Since we talking about protection and things of that nature, Wallace, you got any take in this on this segment right here? Where we talking about?
Yeah. So. Yeah, of course. This is the thing. When it comes to respect, I don't care what you're doing. It don't matter what you're doing. If you throwing that ass in a circle on top of a car at a traffic light, if you pull up to the red light, twerking on the headlights, you still supposed to have the same respect that if you see Lily from out west,
I mean, I
walking
do got
across
that
the
west
street,
side.
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all need that.
Same respect. The thing is, when, first of all, most guys with any kind of scruples is not going to approach certain girls anyway.
Right.
They the guys that feel like, oh, this girl is on my level, this one is twerking on the headlights and all this other shit. They're that type of nigga that
Sleeping on mattresses.
and honestly,
Sleep on mattresses.
what? No sheet. What
No
you talking
sheet
about?
on the
No,
floor.
she- What about an air mattress?
No mattress protector.
I'm talking about no headboard.
None of that.
Tough.
But they approach those girls because those are their type. Some of those girls, what they feel like is what Lita might feel like is toxic and disrespectful. They're like, oh yeah, this is my nigga right here.
Yeah.
So some of those, you know what I'm saying? We think about these things because we're guys of a certain caliber. So when we see it, and then you look at this guy interacting with this girl, he's probably looking at something that he usually can talk to a certain kind of way. But the thing is, when you approach the wrong girl, you assume that person is that girl, and she say, "Oh no, I'm just here with my friends. We had a bridesmaids party. We just having fun.
Yeah.
I'm not with the shits. I got to go to work in the morning. I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
I'm married.
At that particular point, that guy should say, "Oh, my bad."
She'll fall
Like
back.
my dance game, like when I'm with my girls and I may be dancing or whatever, and I feel a dude, for one, don't walk up and greet me with your penis on my back. Don't do that. Because that's disrespectful.
Hey,
That's disrespectful. So it's like that little turnaround, like, nah, I'm good. Oh, I got that.
that's the worst feeling though as a guy.
That's so weird. That is so weird. Like no, what are you doing, bro?
I
Like,
think that's just a Chicago thing. No,
no, that's universal. That's
That's a
universal.
dude thing.
So let's talk about that a little bit real quick. You know what I'm saying? How something like that looks inviting, right? Because while I was talking about, hey man, girls be dancing. Now you got Sexy Red talking about ski. We all this shit going on now.
Right.
So all these arenas are promoting this, free lifestyle. This free lifestyle of just doing whatever. And then you have women of caliber or stature like having a good time with my girlfriends, and then this guy like, okay, damn, yeah, she want it. Let me go on and boom, boom. But he's wrong.
Yeah, because I'm.
If she
I don't wanna dance with you.
if she does the twirl, the give the cold shoulder,
This is what she do. This how you know you win. When she look at her friend first, her girlfriend be like,
That
the friend is really the one that, right, either gonna save you
Yes.
or encourage you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but as soon as she get that shoulder lean,
Yeah.
when she young girl, he need to
when she
understand,
turn
like,
around and she like,
oh, that's the worst right
it's
there.
with the lead.
That's the worst.
Oh, buddy, just keep it moving.
yeah,
Keep
that's
it moving.
tough.
But the thing is, that's to go back to Visa's point.
Yeah.
That's when the guys be like, "Damn, bitch, who do you think you is?"
Right.
Me.
Right, exactly.
Nigga, me.
Exactly.
That's
Bro,
what I am.
I think I'm not your type. I don't think I'm in your caliber.
And I don't have to like you just because you like me.
at all.
Who
At all.
told? Like, I don't get that. But I also feel like some women will entertain it a little bit longer than needed because they haven't been taught that you still have a choice in this.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Just because a man is choosing you, you have to ask yourself, is he my choice?
Right.
Period. So,
Right.
yeah, you dancing on me, but what that mean?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Because in today's world, and to your point, like entertaining
Yes.
is very dangerous as a woman. I
Yes.
think. Like if you're in, and we y'all know what entertaining is, meaning you leading someone on. Basically, that's what it is.
Right.
Whether it's via text or DMs or even in person, you know what I'm saying? Letting the guy buy you drinks and shit like that. You entertaining this company. So now, as a man in this particular space, okay, we may feel obligated to certain things. Like she must like me if she, let me buy her drinks because they promote that too. Get that head, that bread, and leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's entertaining at the end of the
Right,
day. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's obviously more on a physical level, but I'm just saying the thought process of that all.
Even something as simple as like me moving into my apartment, right? I was talking about this on my stories. I was like, there are plenty of men that I could call to have helped me come and do the physical labor that it takes to move from one place to another.
Correct.
But because I know that is going to open up asking me out on dates.
Right.
Now you know what my home looks like. You know
Right.
where I live. Those are factors that I have to take into my thought process as to, do I really need the help that bad, or can
Right.
I figure
Or
it
can I
out?
figure it out?
Because it's going to create an expectation.
Now, so many women at that point right there, that's where they stumble.
I'm like,
Yeah,
nah.
And
They
they
stumble
stumble right there. Needing a man. Go ahead,
But
Walt.
not only that, they say, you know what? I know what this is going to open up,
And do it
but
anyway.
I need that help.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I need
Yes.
that
No.
help.
And
Yeah.
I'd rather save myself the headache.
A favor for a favor. Well, Nolita has reached a certain level of growth, ladies. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all ain't graduated yet to that step.
Stop using niggas for moving boxes.
Yeah, because I hate moving.
No, a lady was on TikTok the other day saying that all she did was go on, I want to say one or maybe a coffee date and a date with a guy. And he ended up stalking her for 2 years. 2 years. Cost her job.
Nolita, answer me this. Like, are there red flags or situations like that when you go out with a guy on a date like that? Something totally innocent, coffee, very public, even a second date to a bar, very public. Is there something in that conversation or energy or vibe that a woman should, pay attention to, or like?
Well, for one,
'Cause we protecting
coffee
black
is not a
women.
date.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
So that was her first.
So going to Starbucks ain't a date?
That's a meeting.
Nah, that's
a-
a
Okay, a
meeting.
meeting. Okay,
That's a meeting because now you interviewing me to know if you want to spend $200 on me. If you got to do that, bruh, stay at the house.
Or vice versa. The woman might be entertaining me. Like, let me see.
And then, if again, that's you trying to fight against your discernment. But what I'll say is, there are red flags, and I should have seen the red flags in somebody that I quickly met, and because he was saying all the right things and taking me to the places, and I really felt like we had this connection, but I ignored the love bombing. I ignored the wanting to understand what my daily routine was, wanting to talk to me all day long, because now you're tracking what my habits are, because you want to figure out how you can weave your way into that and find some level of control. But luckily I had prior experiences where I quickly saw that and I was like, oh no, nigga, I got to get out.
Right.
Because when you start threatening to kill people because somebody commented under my picture,
Yeah.
Tell him I ain't mean it.
contract, you doing contract for hire like
Yeah,
murder, bro.
that's
Like,
a
nah,
different-
we
different
can't.
level of insecurity right there.
What?
But people,
Yeah.
but I feel like that person in particular felt that was something that I would entertain, because in the past probably a woman has entertained that.
Right.
She's responded to that.
Accepted.
Oh, he's so
Thought
crazy.
it was
No,
cute.
that
Yeah.
nigga
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
believe him.
I be having that thought process too. Like, guys be approaching women a certain way. Not me personally. that didn't
like,
come out.
okay,
That didn't come out how I was saying in my head.
So you be under your girl comments, who is this nigga?
No, bro. No.
And how
no,
you know him?
No, not at all. Never for 300, Alex. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is that, and you made me lose my train of thought being silly as hell. God damn it. All right, so I forgot. So we're gonna move on a little bit because but I'm gonna try to get back to that point. Now, we spent a lot of time obviously talking about how we should protect black women. We focusing on black women because we doing it for the culture, you know what I'm saying? But women in general, we want obviously to protect our women. And I got another video.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna play it for y'all. Y'all gonna see it at home on your couch if you made it this far in the video. Thank you.
Who's more unprotected, black men or black women? Talk to the people.
All right, sisters gonna hate me, but a black man is more unprotected.